California cellars, the taste that's right at home.
When my friends tell me all the single men are taken, what a joke. I know where they are. They're at Great Expectations.
Now, instead of wasting my free time trying to find the right people, I'm spending that same time enjoying their company.
It was really hard for me to admit to myself that I needed some help to find the right kind of man. And I've joined Great Expectations, and it has changed my life, and I'm really glad I did it, and I recommend it to all of you.
Do you recognize me?
Can't say that I do.
That's why whenever I'm shopping, I bring this.
A baked potato?
A baked Idaho potato.
What's the difference?
No other potato tastes like genuine Idaho.
Very nice.
And no other potato looks like genuine Idaho.
Looks the same to me.
That's why you look for this.
Smart young guy like you should run for office.
Genuine Idaho potatoes are available at Albertsons.
What a lineup. Joan Rivers, Tom Poston, Marilyn McCoo, Stuart Pankin, and all the rest on the new Hollywood Squares.
Weeknights at 7:30.
Welcome to Love Connection, where old-fashioned romance meets modern-day technology, where you hear all the intimate details of a first date. Sometimes our dates have a happy ending. And some other times, there's just an ending. But it's always unpredictable when two strangers meet, trying to make that love connection. And now, here's our host, Chuck Woolery.
All right, thank you, Rich. Thanks, everybody. Thank you. Nice to have you here. Welcome to the show. Thank you. Let's get started by meeting our first guest. She loves going to football games. She also considers herself an expert on restaurants. She says that men of the 80s aren't what she expected them to be. Please welcome Jill Brandt. Hi, Jill. Welcome back. The men of the 80s are a little different, huh? Not what you expected?
Well, not exactly what I expected, because when I was growing up, I'm a big sports fan, and my family's had season tickets to all the UCLA football games since I was about 12 years old.
Right.
And
one person
yeah,
from
one
UCLA.
person from UCLA. And they always taught me or told me that there was something wrong with a man who didn't like sports. So I grew up believing that, and that's probably just, you know, my own personal stereotype, but I like men who like sports, and I seem to meet men who have no interest in going to games with me, no interest in watching sports.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and my girlfriends
I would think
who don't like
especially in Los
sports,
Angeles,
I know,
too,
and my girlfriends who don't like sports meet the men who like sports.
Oh.
But I can't.
You guys got to trade off.
I know.
Okay. We're going to remind everybody what happened yesterday. Now, our studio audience saw Jill's three choices. They voted for one, and we're going to take a look at all three and catch you up today. First was Mark. He describes himself as daring, honest, and a lovable type of guy. And Jeff's looking for a woman who has nice ankles and who can deal with his allergies. Bob thinks that dating is like picking out a good book. Now, the audience vote was recorded yesterday. We're going to get to that a little bit later, but Jill's going to reveal who she chose.
I chose Bob.
You chose Bob. All right, he's backstage. Say hello to Bob Levy. Hi, Bob. Just make yourself at home back there, okay?
Fine.
Can you hear me all right?
Good. Hi, Chuck. Hi, Jill.
Hi, Bob.
Bob, why don't you tell us about the date?
Okay. Jill called me on the telephone. We had a real nice conversation. We decided that we were going to do something on a Saturday afternoon, and she has season tickets to UCLA, so we decided to go to...
Well, now, do you like sports?
I like sports.
Good.
Yeah,
okay.
see?
That's one out of the way.
I was lucky there, yeah.
I like sports. So we decided we're going to go to the football game and then have dinner afterwards and drinks and do some dancing and things.
Sounds like a plan.
It was going to be a great day. And since she had picked me, I asked her if she would be kind enough to pick me up, and she agreed to do that.
Good.
Even though I prefer men picking me up, I thought, you know, I did select him.
This is kind of a role reversal in a way.
And since I picked him and he was my date, I'd go pick him up. But I tend to run early.
Oh.
I mean, I was scheduling myself so I'd be right on time, and Bob tends to run a little late. So...
Well, were you
So
early?
what happened, Chuck,
Yeah.
is that she arrived about
was
20
late
to 25 minutes early.
No,
and I had
10 minutes
well,
exactly.
okay, say 10, 15 minutes early. I was running a little late because I had been at the office that day, and
Well, now, could
I
you tell
greeted
that he
her
wasn't
at-
expecting you?
Well, unless Bob greets all of his dates in a towel, sopping wet, I could tell he wasn't
She
expecting
caught me a little off guard.
Yeah, I caught him off guard.
Well, now, see, a lot of
But-
guys, it's really interesting because a lot of guys will come on the show and they'll say, well, I arrived 20 minutes early, but I just stayed in my car and waited till it was time, then I went up.
Well, you know, I first had stayed in my car, but it was so hot outside that I said, you know, forget it. I'll go in, and I knocked on the door, and Bob said, would you mind waiting outside? I'll be out in 5 minutes.
I was so surprised.
And I said, well, yeah, I would really mind waiting outside because it's warm out. And he said, well, he apologized for his apartment, which was fine. It was fine. And he looked pretty good in the towel anyway. So, yeah, it was a nice body. He has a nice body, so I don't know why he was embarrassed. Yeah.
Maybe
What
it's a new
happened?
way to meet my dates. I don't know.
What happened next, Bob?
Okay, then after she came in, sat down, relaxed, and we decided that she was going to drive to the game. When we drove to the game, we got there. We had to walk a little ways from where we parked. And
Well, were you happy with the way each other looked? Did you like the way she looked, Bob?
I thought she was very pretty, very cute. I thought I was real pleasantly surprised.
Good. Okay, so now you get to the game.
Well, we got to the game there, and she has tickets with her family, so I got a chance to meet her mother and dad.
Which he said was okay. I told him ahead of time, so...
Sure, you warned him.
Warned him,
Well, I like family, Chuck, and I also like the sporting event. I thought it would be just really, really nice, and it turned out to be nice. The team we wanted to win won. The game wasn't too exciting, but the company was. I
Well,
also
that's
got a
good.
chance to meet
That's
a
what
few...
it's all about anyway. Yeah.
Right.
Good. So what happened after the game?
We left the game and went back to her car, and then we drove out to her house. On the way over there, we stopped off at a market, and I bought her some flowers. I wanted to get flowers for her originally in the beginning, but since we were going to the game and it was going to be so hot, I thought if I bought the flowers...
Yeah, Bob didn't want the flowers to wilt, but he said, do you mind if I stop at the store? And I didn't know why at first he was stopping at the store. So I thought buying flowers was a lovely and romantic idea. I mean, I love flowers. But instead of going into the store and coming back out and saying, here, I bought you some flowers, which would have been sort of romantic, he brought me into the store and he asked me to pick out which flowers I liked. And then I had to carry them through the store. So that it wasn't quite as romantic as it could have been, but it was still, you know, I still like, yeah, still a nice gesture, yeah.
She's right, Bob. But it is a nice gesture. What happened next?
We then left the store. We went back to her apartment, and Jill lives with her sister. They have a nice two-bedroom apartment out in the San Fernando Valley, and just happened to be the Miss America pageant is on that night, and I usually like to watch it.
Which is always, yeah, which is always very flattering when my date suggests watching a television program with beautiful women. But I always watch beauty pageants, and I like watching them. It's just that I usually don't have a date.
But you didn't mind.
I didn't mind.
Well, what we did is we watched the pageant, and we had to leave the dining room to go into the bedroom where her TV was.
Right.
She had a small screen but a large bed.
But
so
Chuck, we watched the pageant on the bed, not in the bed.
I understand.
Yeah.
And then we went back out to after the pageant was over, went back out to the dining room and had dessert and sat and talked a little bit. And then, about 1:30, 1:45,
in the morning?
Me off home.
Yeah.
Well, that's a long
Well, the pageant
day.
didn't start till 10 at night.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was a very late pageant.
Here she comes.
Well, I think what was so exciting for Bob was the girl who won was from Michigan, and so was Bob.
Oh, so you got
so
when you spend that kind of time with each other and you can really talk and communicate, enjoy each other's company, and feel comfortable, it's really a nice surprise.
Well, that's good. Then good. I'm glad for both of you. Let's take a look and see the audience for you, okay? Oh, man, maybe the Miss Universe pageant's on. They picked Bob, too. 38%. You won't miss anything. If you want to take him out, ask him out, we'll pay for it. So it's a fair show.
I'd like to go off Bob again.
Bob, is that all right with you?
I'd love to.
Come on out. You know, it was really hard, I must tell you, at least from my point of view, because I sit up here with so many different people, it was hard to get a fix on whether you all had a good time or not. It just sounded kind of like it was a kind of a mundane, okay time, but it's obviously you had a better time than I thought. So I'm glad. Yeah, I hope you have an even better time this time. Thanks for staying, or coming on the show and staying in touch. Will you do that? I'll get everything worked out here in my mouth and all that stuff, and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
That's right. GMC Truck is official truck of the Tournament of Roses and Super Bowl 22. And right now, to get ready for the big events,
special shipment.
Over 500 GMC S15 pickup trucks and S15 Jimmys have just arrived at your Southern California GMC truck dealers.
Savings.
Get special savings on S15 pickups equipped with option value packages. Save up to $1,900.
Official trucks, special shipment, savings on specially equipped trucks at your Southern California GMC truck dealer.
Clay's coming home from college.
This is great. The three of us together again.
Home to Beverly Hills.
I just want my 50K, all right?
I think Julian's in a lot of trouble.
He can have anything in the world his heart desires, except the way it used to be.
I don't need a discussion on the finer points of morality. Spare me!
Andrew McCarthy, Robert Downey Jr., Jamie Gertz, James Spader. Less than zero. Rated R.
Starts Friday at AFCO Westwood. Pacific Hollywood.
Announcing the Fava half-price sale. Buy any pair of shoes at Fava. Get a second pair at half price. Better hurry.
Buy leather pumps, get boots at half price. Buy leather flats, get Olympians at half price.
Buy leather Pumas.
Get leather casuals at half price.
Pick out any pair of Fava shoes and we'll give you half off on a second pair of equal or lower price. You'll go far in Favas because the styles stand out and the shoes stand up. Fava guarantees it.
Buy fashion boots, get sport boots at half price.
Buy leather Olympians.
Get pumps at half price.
Half price sale at Fava.
Guest is back to tell us about his second date on Love Connection. His hobbies include scuba diving, collecting snakes. He says that he's getting his master's degree in education, changed his approach to women. That's what changed his approach to women. Claims that dating is a 10-second game. Please welcome Pat Peckham. Pat, how are you? Welcome back. Good to see you again. Have a seat. Marriage is a 10-second game. Well, what does that mean?
Well, I basically feel I can see if I'm physically attracted within 10 seconds. See what she's wearing, how she wears her hair, what her face looks like, and how she walks. And
that's got to be tough on a blind date, boy, because, I mean, if the first day you're still going, yeah.
That is true.
How did getting your master's degree change? See, I was kind of under the impression you were working on it, but you have your master's. How did it change things?
Well, I used to be quite overpowering and quite talkative. I've basically learned the technique of active listening, which keeps me a little quieter. Basically, before I was too overpowering, that turned a few women off, and now I'm too quiet, so I come off as aloof, so I don't know.
Well, you just got to be what you are, and whoever likes that will gravitate to you, probably.
That's right.
Yeah. How do you meet the women that you date normally?
Generally through friends. You know, they know what I look like, and
what you like.
I'm looking for foxes, you know, and I seem to be getting set up with 5s and 6s, a little overweight, a little too thin.
Well, I guess
I don't know, I'm too picky.
You want a job done, do it yourself.
Well, I'm trying.
Well, we're doing it now, so let's see what happens. Let's show everybody the 3 women that Pat had to choose from for his first date. First, there was Gloria. She's originally from Killeen, Texas, and she enjoys camping and gambling. Kathy says that she gets a lot of compliments on her eyes and hands. And finally, Linda describes herself as flamboyant, feisty, and a little kooky. Now, Pat chose Kathy that time. That was a girl in the middle, if you remember, and boy, there was a problem. She was not happy, was she? She was not a happy camper.
No, you're right. I am the outdoorsy, athletic type, and she was a little conservative, and I'm a science teacher. I have this hobby of collecting snakes. I asked her if she wanted to see them, and she said, sure. And I said, okay, and I showed them to her, and I did kind of expected a little more of an open-minded attitude.
We didn't ask her to kiss him or anything. I mean, just...
No, not very many people like snakes, but it could have been a little more open-minded reaction.
All right, anyway, the audience that day voted for a different woman. Now, when we come back, we're going to meet her, and we'll see what happened on this date. We'll do it in 2 and 2. Be right back.
Lauren,
Clarence. There's such a thing as being too sensitive, and you're it.
If I'm so sensitive, what am I doing hanging around you?
Look at me, look at you, look at you, look at me. And all the time, there's been so much we've been through. History, our ups and downs have come and gone. Still, we carry on. Best friends are old friends. Here we are today. And wherever I go, I want you to know I won't drift away.
At Pacific Bell, we believe friendships that don't drift away are pretty special.
I won't drift away.
Do the new imports seem alike to you? Well, there is a difference, and Mitsubishi makes it. Take Mitsubishi Cordia, our sporty hatchback, with special performance features like front air dam, spoiler, side sill extensions, and form-fitting bucket seats. Priced well below Toyota Celica, Honda Prelude, and Nissan 200SX. Now that's a big difference. The competition just can't stand up. Mitsubishi, suddenly the obvious choice. Compare Cordia today at your Mitsubishi Motors dealer.
It's her summer vacation and his summer job.
No funny business, no conversations, and keep your hands off. Watch me now!
Vestron Pictures presents Dirty Dancing. Starring Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey. Dirty Dancing. Get ready for the time of your life. Soundtrack available on RCA Records and Cassettes, rated PG-13.
Now playing at a theater near you.
All right, we're back. Now, why don't you remind us who the audience chose for you that day? I don't even remember myself.
Well, I didn't do too well picking myself, so the audience chose Linda for me.
Chose Linda. All right, there she is. She's backstage. Let's say hello to Linda Coppola. Hi, Linda.
Hi, Chuck. How you doing?
I'm fine. Just make yourself at home back there, okay?
Doing fine, thanks.
All right, good. Tell me about the date, Pat.
I called Linda on the phone, and I had a great afternoon and evening planned, and from the outset, she didn't want to go.
Oh, really? Was there something wrong with his plans, or what?
Well, Pat wanted to go on like an all-day excursion, and I really didn't want to go spend the full day with someone that I didn't know that well. And we talked on the phone, and he seemed to be pretty pleasant, but...
You weren't ready to commit to that kind of thing.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Matter of choice, I suppose. So what happened next?
I got to Linda's door, and she opened it up, and she goes, I've met you before.
Now, you know him?
Yes, when I came down for the interview, I came with my sister, and Pat was there interviewing with the rest of
Oh, then the Love
people.
Connection interview?
Right, the Love Connection interview.
So the outer office, you all met in that?
We all met in the office originally.
Well, now, what was your impression of him there?
I really wasn't impressed by him at the time.
Oh.
No. I thought he had a bit of an ego. He said he didn't like overweight women or underweight, and he didn't want people to be too inhibited by having his master's degree.
Well, what happened next?
Well, Linda,
I mean, really?
Linda invited me in, and we had some coffee, and we had some time before our date, and we were getting to know each other.
Now, what did you think of him when you saw him finally? And under these circumstances, I guess you'd already predetermined your response, or your response already been predetermined.
Pat said that I gave him sort of a quizzical look because I had already met him, but I prefer a gentleman to be well-dressed when they take me out on a date, and he was still wearing the suspenders and the same outfit he wore when he interviewed, so I wasn't real impressed.
So what happened next?
We proceeded to go out to dinner. We went to a nice seafood restaurant overlooking the bay. On the way in, Linda recognized an old female friend of hers, and it was interesting to note that she didn't introduce me to her friend on our way up to our table.
Why is that?
I did not want her to think that we were romantically involved or that he was my boyfriend. Or me. And I suppose that I just wanted to continue on with the date since I made a commitment to go through with this, and
How'd the date
totally.
end finally?
Well, we went down
I'd really like to find somebody for you, Pat.
Really?
How did it end?
I suggested we go take a moonlight walk down by Laguna, Divers Cove, overlooking, up on the cliffs, overlooking the ocean. We saw a lot of scuba divers down there, and there's a real nice paths. We got out to a romantic overlook, and even though I wasn't goo-goo-eyed over Linda, I did want to see how she kissed.
Yeah.
So I kissed her, and not a lot of response back.
Yeah. Well, for obvious reasons, I guess. Yeah. Safe to assume that you may not want another date with Linda?
That would probably be true.
I'm sorry things didn't work out as far as the love connection is concerned, because
Thanks for
you
having
deserve
me
a
on the
chance
show.
too, and I'm sorry that things worked out this way, but we have a nice gift for you, and hopefully we'll see you again under different circumstances. And Pat, we tried twice now. I don't know what we can do, but if we can ever do anything, let us know. We'd be happy to try again.
I had a really nice time.
Thanks for coming on the show. We enjoyed having you. And we're going to come right back to the next guest. Stay with us.